Hey guys, and welcome to the video. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Sarah. I am so happy to have you with me today, and welcome back if you're not new here. Today's video is gonna be like, I don't know how to film videos that I've never filmed before, obviously, but so I'm gonna throw this out there. I know for most people it's not really a big deal. For me it is a really big deal, but I did finally hit 300 subscribers, which is kind of cool for me because the struggle is real. I honestly thought that nobody really cared that much, and to be honest, 300 out of like the billions of people in the world is not super relevant, but for me it's a huge deal, and I just wanted to say thank you. I didn't want to mention it until I had like successfully gone over 300 because numbers tend to go up and down pretty frequently, but we're at like 304 last time I checked, and so I wanted to say thank you. It is super exciting, and so I guess this video is kind of centered around that in a sense, because I was like, okay, so we finally hit like a milestone, I guess a milestone for me, that I'm pretty excited about. So I wanted to kind of share more of my life with you guys, I guess you could say, and I didn't necessarily want to post like a about me video, you know, this is my name, this is my age, this is where I'm from. I just didn't think that that would be very interesting to a lot of people, to be honest. If you want that, then please comment down below and I will do it. But yeah, and I don't have a big enough subscriber count, to be quite honest, to do like a Q&A video. So I figured one thing that a lot of people enjoy and something that a lot of people like to kind of talk about and share and things like that was music interests. So I figured I would share with you guys what I have recently been jamming to, and maybe we can like find some similar interests music wise, or maybe you guys could be like, I hate your music taste, what is wrong with you? Or even better, you could leave your suggestions in the comment section letting me know what do you guys like to listen to, because I personally am always on the hunt for new music things, new things to listen to. So my main source is through Spotify, and one thing I really like about Spotify is there is like a section on the homepage that says like heavily listened to or heavy rotation or something like that. So it just kind of shows you what you listen to a lot, and I figured I would share with you guys what my current heavy rotation is, because that's probably what is most relevant to what I'm listening to now. And yeah, actually what I'm gonna just do is I'm gonna go through my rotation, I'm gonna tell you what it is, I'm gonna tell you some of my favorite songs from that particular artist. I'm gonna like pop up on the screen like a clip of the song, but you're not actually gonna get to see me jam into it because that's just next level awkward. So let's get started. So the first thing on my heavy rotation, you can see here what I'm looking at, is the Youngblood Deluxe album from 5 Seconds of Summer. Honestly, this is like a more recent discovery for me. I think I was listening to like a new music, whatever, playlist, which I tend to do often because I'm always looking for new things to listen to. And specifically the song Youngblood came up and I loved it. It is so good. And so I guess the first song I would say from this album that I like, maybe not the most, but I really like it, is going to be Youngblood, which is the title track. Youngblood, so you want me, so you want me back in your life, so I'm just a dead man crawling tonight, 'cause I need it, yeah I need it, all of the time. And honestly, now that I'm looking at all of the tracks and stuff like that, I would probably say over Youngblood, I actually prefer Talk Fast. I mean, I like Youngblood, but what I mean to say is Talk Fast is probably my #1 song on the actual track list album, the whole thing. It's like the one that I keep finding myself going back to, or when I go to listen to the album, instead of going from start to finish, I'll immediately go to this one and then just listen to the rest of it through. That one is probably like my #1. And then I'm gonna try to only only pick 3 from each album if I can possibly do that, which is hard because obviously I heavily listen to the entire album. But probably if I had to pick a third song, it would definitely be Moving Along. This is just, I don't know what it is, man. Lyrically, I think it's great. I'm not good at describing why I like things, to be quite honest, so this is going to be kind of a weird video. But yeah, so if you had to like pick 3 songs from the album, I would say Youngblood, Talk Fast, and Moving Along. Are my top 3 picks. Other than that, dude, just listen to the whole album from start to finish because it's very good. It's actually a very long album. There's like a lot of songs on this, but really like it. Super good. My next on my heavy rotation, which does not surprise me at all, is going to be Golden Hour from Kacey Musgraves. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there was any more Kacey Musgraves on my heavy rotation, but as this is her most recent album that she's put out, it's definitely what I've been listening to. Honestly, probably more than 5 Seconds of Summer, but I mean, I don't know how Spotify decides these things, so yeah. Kacey Musgraves. I love Kacey Musgraves. I actually am hopefully going to be going to see her in concert in January, which is super far away, but like still it's happening. I mean, obviously for someone like her tour dates are going to come out a lot earlier. I mean, I think for a lot of people, but she did actually open for Harry Styles. Harry Styles? Did she open for her? Pretty sure it was Harry Styles, the guy from One Direction, who I do like his music. I'm not trying to be like an idiot. I do like his music. I just can't remember if it was exactly him that she opened for, but I'm pretty sure it was. And that's really exciting because he's huge. And I mean, I think her opening for him definitely gave her a bigger fan base, which is really exciting because I don't actually think I really know anybody else who likes her, but I'm obsessed with her. I think she's incredible. I love her sense of style. Her music videos are always super cool and super fun, and her music is just excellent. It's just so good. So specifically from Golden Hour, this is going to be really hard to pick a favorite. It's really hard. Oh my god, do I have to? Like the entire album, like I literally, this is one of those albums that it's like I can listen to the whole thing and I'm not gonna skip a single song. Like I have no desire to because they're all just killer tracks. Oh, okay. Lonely Weekend is really good. I love this one. Oh my god, don't make me pick, guys. So let's start with Lonely Weekend is amazing. It's definitely a little bit of a slower paced song, but it's not like a slow song, but it's like not as like jammin' as some of the other songs. I have horrible descriptive words, but you're gonna hear it for like I don't know, however long I'm legally allowed to play it for you. And out tonight, yes, I'm hanging by myself, but I don't mind. It's so low, it's so low, it's a lonely weekend, yeah. Okay, what next? Oh my god. Love is a Wild Thing is really good lyrically. I love it. I think she did an incredible job on this song. Running like a river, trying to find the ocean, flowers in the concrete, climbing over fences, blooming in the shadows, places that you can't see. Oh my god. Space Cowboy is really good. Oh my god. Space Cowboy is like one of the slowest songs, probably like more of the emotional songs, and that's, I just love it so much. Oh my god, Velvet Elvis is probably one of the best upbeat tracks from the record. Soft to the touch, feels like love, knew it as soon as I felt it. You're my Velvet Elvis, baby. I don't really care about the Mona Lisa. can't pick, like, I think I've named more than 3, to be honest with you guys. High Horse is so good. High Horse is so good. And she just put out a music video for it, and it's really, really excellent. It really shows who she is as a person in that video. I am obsessed with it. Like, just if you want to find out what her style is as a human, then the High Horse video is probably going to be the one to go to. It's really good.
Everyone knows someone who knows someone who thinks they're cooler than everybody else. And I think we've seen enough to know that you ain't never gonna come down.
Oh my god. I'm gonna stop now because, to be honest, if I kept going, I would name every single track from this album. Oh my god. And then all of her other albums are just so good. They do change a little bit within kind of the style of music. I do think that her older stuff is a little bit more country. This is still country, but I would say it's got a bit of a different vibe to it. But oh my god, guys, Casey Musgrave's Golden Hour, you have to listen to the whole thing. The whole thing, start to finish. Don't like shuffle play it, like do it in order. It's really good. So there's a bit of like, this is where it starts to get a little bit like inconsistent with genre of music, but my next heavy rotation isn't actually an album, but it is an artist, and the artist specifically is Picturesque. Do they even have an album? They do have one album, okay, and then they just have a lot of like singles, so that's probably why it's telling me that I listen to the artist and not just the one album, because I do tend to shovel play this artist in particular. They are very different from the first 2 artists that I mentioned. They're probably a little bit closer to 5 Seconds of Summer, but they're definitely more on the like, oh, I don't know how to describe this, but it reminds me a lot of my teenage self, in the sense that I was listening to a lot of hardcore and a lot of like screamo, but like also this is more of the, I guess the like the girly version of listening to like hardcore music. Does that make sense? Like, it's a lot more like high pitched singing than it is like deep growling and screaming. This is so stupid. I sound like an idiot, but it's so hard to, like, I don't know how to describe this kind of band, but they're like, it's like We Came as Romans, or like, I don't know, Pierce the Veil, things like that, if you guys know who those bands are. I'm sure a lot of people do, but yeah, so it's kind of just like the more like female friendly like hardcore band, and I don't know, I think they're actually a relatively new band because their first album only came out in 2017. It's called Back to Beautiful. If I had to pick some songs off of this album in particular that I really enjoy, the first track, Fake Fiction, is probably the first one I ever actually heard from this band, and I really enjoyed it. This is a particular kind of music that if you don't like it, then you don't like it, but if you do, then you really do. So, you know, I'm sorry in advance for what you're about to listen to.
Spin me up and spin me out each time I fall. Why can't you just be real with me? It's all.
And next, I would probably say that Monstrous Things is a really excellent track off of this album.
Why do we fight for our lives inside the lights and far road? Just waiting for the moment when we return home. You're the door.
Maybe also New Face. I feel like I'm really bad, particularly with this kind of music style, of remembering what the song sounds like with just the title track. But from, yeah, I guess from this album I would say it's actually the first 3 tracks, Fake Fiction, Monstrous Things, and New Face, are all really good songs. Aside from that, if I had to pick something like outside of the album, They did actually do this cover. I don't know who the original artist is. I know it's a cover though, because I know hearing it from another artist before, and it's called Scars to You're Beautiful. I feel like I'm pretty sure this is like a cover of like a popular pop song that's like on the radio. But they did a really excellent job on that one, and I do really like that one as well. Next up is one that I am so excited to tell people about, because this is a pretty new artist. So this is his first album. He's never done anything before, and I originally heard one of his songs playing at my work because we tend to play more like indie music and we do use Spotify, so it did recommend this to us from what I understand, and that is Harry Hudson. If you pick any artist to listen to that if you pick any artist to actually go and listen to the album after this video, please pick Harry Hudson, because I'm so obsessed with him right now. This is another one of those albums like Golden Hour from Casey Musgraves that I literally won't skip a single song because it's all just pure gold. Like, it's so good. And so the album is called Yesterday's Tomorrow Night. I don't know how to describe his kind of music, because when I Google like what his genre is, it says pop music, but he's not really a pop singer, to be honest. I would say that there's a good mix of pop and country and rock and kind of like indie. I don't know, like every song is a little bit different than the other ones, and it's excellent. It's like it all makes sense together, but it's not all the same song, if you know what I mean, when you're listening to an album and it's like it's all a similar sound, but it's also like, am I listening to the same song 10 times over? I don't know. Definitely not what is going to happen with this album. This is going to be another one that's really hard for me to pick favorites off of, because he is just so incredibly talented. Ooh, okay, so Cry for Love is super good. This is gonna be hard. Cry for Love, definitely an excellent track. I love it so much. No love, we just love sex, but we hate it when the night dies. Don't cry for love, 'cause that's dangerous. No Good is a really good one. This is a little bit more of like an emotional track, I guess you could say. It's like it's not like a sad song, but it's like lyrically emotional. Does that make sense? And I cannot stop listening to it. 'Cause all I see are diamonds in the dust. Guess happiness ain't made for us. We are burning now. Turn a light to dark. Oh my god. If you want to pick like a really emotional song, one that's super excellent is called Love Dad. Oh my god. It's so good, you guys. I can't even. You gave up half of your life, so make me your foundation. I'll be waiting patiently. I am your creation. I'm not going to be able to pick. I have to pick something. Okay, so Cry for Love, No Good, Love Dad. I'm going to have to pick like two more. I can't stick to three with this guy. I would say Hell to the Stars is another really amazing one. This is one that's a lot more upbeat than the rest of them. It's just super fun. I really love this song, especially in conjunction just with the whole album. You kind of like are like on a roller coaster of emotions as you're listening to the entire album, which I love. This is my one and only. These boots I'm lacing, they've been from hell up to the stars, stars, stars. They've been from hell up to the stars, stars, stars. And I guess lastly I would pick Yellow Lights, because that is the original track that I heard, this first one I ever heard from him. And this was one that was playing when I was at work. I was literally like on my way like about to leave my job because it was the end of the day and this song was playing, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to like Shazam this because this is so good. Actually, I didn't have to Shazam it because I can just check the playlist that we're listening to. But regardless, this is a song that I had originally heard. I think this is also like the track that he kind of debuted the album with. I could be wrong. I think it's one of the only ones that has a music video, so that's why I think it was his original single, but it's so good. And the music video is really, really good too. I think it looks like he's going in that kind of direction where he's going to be making like kind of like a mini movie out of his music videos, because it's like kind of like a chapter 1, chapter whatever. Like when you look at the actual album, there's like the third song is called Chapter 1 Interlude, and then you've got Chapter 3 Interlude. There's no Chapter 2. So I've never realized that before. But I think he's going to be turning it into like a mini movie kind of thing, which some artists tend to do. I think that Lights actually is doing that with her music videos for her current album, but she also did make a comic book out of her album, so I think she's like made the comic book and turning that into the music videos. Anyways, I think it's going to be really, really interesting to see how this plays out, and yeah.
So what should I do in the darkness of you when you light up my moon from July until June? What would I do if there wasn't?
I've already been filming for quite a long time, so I think I'm actually just gonna pick maybe 2 more artists to tell you guys about, because the heavy rotation just kind of keeps going. So I'm gonna like, yeah, 2 more, I think. So next would be actually Chelsea Cutler. This is an artist that is, I don't think she's necessarily new to the music scene, but I also don't think that she's big yet. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's probably big on Spotify, but she's not somebody that you would hear on like the radio anytime soon, which sucks because she's really good. Specifically, the album that comes up on my heavy rotation is Sleeping with Roses. This is her newest release. This came out maybe last month, I would say, but before I was listening to all of her other songs, which are excellent. She only has like kind of like EPs out, so it's just like small albums, I guess, and this is her first bigger album. This one's not even that big of an album. There's only 8 songs on it in comparison to, I think, like her other stuff, there's only maybe like 4 tracks on each of them. So this is like her biggest release, which is really, really exciting. And I mean, this is another one that's really hard to pick favorites from, because there's also not a lot of songs to pick favorites from, because I like all of them, but I can't be like, listen to all 8. Well, I can, and you should, but I guess, oh my god, Water on the Bridge is excellent. This is, I think, one of the songs that she put out first from like this album. She put it out as a single on Spotify, and then the album came out later.
'Cause I want to be with you.
And that one's really, really excellent. She's definitely a lot more of a like lyrical and like emotional artist, I guess you could say, which is why I love her so much. She did actually come to my city for a concert and I missed it, which I'm really sad about. That's cool, that's fine, it's not a big deal. Obviously there will be other opportunities. Hopefully there'll be other opportunities, unless she gets really big and decides not to come here again, but that would suck. Yeah, so Water on the Bridge is really, really good. I guess beside that, I would maybe say the first track is a really good choice to listen to, which is called Deserve This.
You said I'm a wreck and I've been nervous and I've been losing focus. Said you could be my person. You say God is fun, but I don't see it.
It's hard. This one's a little bit harder to pick, like, standout tracks, I guess you could say, because this is definitely one of the albums that's more consistent with sound, that they're all pretty, I don't want to say they're all pretty similar, because they're not, but they're all a lot more similar to each other than, for example, what you would get with the Harry Hudson album. So maybe we could go with Water on the Bridge, Deserve This, and Someone Else, or Hell, actually. I don't know. So yeah, let's pick 4. Let's pick 4 out of 8. You know, that's a good starting point, right? So definitely, if you're gonna listen to this, I would say Deserve This, Water on the Bridge, Someone Else.
Maybe it's 4 a.m. but I still call you up every time, 'cause I want you to put me through hell. Maybe I need another shadow in the dark.
And Hell.
Trying to keep myself together, 'cause I hate me when we're not together. You're the one that fucked up, but I'm the one that's missing you. Yeah.
Those are going to be my top picks for this one. It's hard to pick. It's really hard to pick because in general with her music, like, all of it's just really quite excellent. The last thing I'm going to mention for my heavy rotation, because this is getting quite long, is actually a playlist from Sigrid, and it's a playlist that she has on her Spotify. It's just called Sigrid Complete My Playlist, and from what I understand, this is just like a playlist of every single song that she's ever released, including her remixes and including her live versions. So I mean, this is gonna be like, it's pretty long, like there's a lot of options to choose from. But yeah, I definitely recommend, if you've never listened to Sigrid's music before, to just go to her full playlist and just shuffle play it, because it's quite excellent. There will be like some repeats because she's got like one song from the album, then she has it live, and then she has like probably a remixed version of it, which I just think is fun to listen to all the different versions because all of them are excellent. But she's like constantly putting out new stuff, because from what I understand, she doesn't actually have an album, does she? No, she only has an EP, which is Don't Kill My Vibe, and then she's putting out an album which is going to be called Raw, and what she's doing right now is she's putting out one single at a time and just like in order of the album, and I'm assuming by the time she's done putting them all out, then the album will be out. So I guess I'm gonna try to pick something from the EP and something from the album that I really enjoy. So probably Plot Twist is excellent. I think Plot Twist is probably one of the first songs that she ever put out. It is so much fun. She has super cool beats, like just like, it's really interesting to listen to her music and then watch her music videos, because she's like that like awkward white girl, but she's so cool at the same time. So definitely Plot Twist from Don't Kill My Vibe.
You're just a hype, though. Better work on that hype, though. Better work on that hype, though. Do you need me to spell it out loud? Just screw it up.
Fake Friends is really good.
It's better to walk away than to run with fake friends. No use for excuses, so bad things come to an end. I'm done spurting Fugazi, 'cause I only go for gold. Don't need no
Strangers is also really good. It's really hard to pick ones. Oh,
strangers, perfect pretenders. We're falling head over heels for something that ain't real. It could never be us.
from the album that's coming out, I would say High Five. Oh my god, High Five is so much fun. I love that. The music video is really cool. It's got like Stranger Things vibes from what I understand. I think that's what her inspiration was, to be honest.
Oh, everybody loves a show. Let's only all go home. You won't let anybody close. That high five is all you got. Ooh, they keep saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stick to that. She did put out a single for the Justice League movie called Everybody Knows, which is really good.
Everybody knows. That's how it goes. Everybody knows. And everybody knows.
So yeah, definitely I recommend Plot Twist, Fake Friends, Everybody Knows, Strangers, and High Five. I think those will be my recommendations for you guys. I need to stop because there's so much more to look at, but I've been doing this for a very long time. So that's my general music taste as of currently. I definitely kind of feel like it's not very consistent at all, ever. I'm always listening to something completely different. So in general, like if I had to explain to you guys what my music taste is, I can't. As you can see, everything is a pretty wide variety. I don't necessarily like everything that's current on the radio, like the pop hits and stuff like that. I can get into them, but like, you know, things like, I don't know, this is so bad. I don't listen to like Beyonce and Drake. I just don't. I don't know what to say, but at the same time I love Taylor Swift, so it's really like, it's give and take as to what I actually enjoy. But I love country music. You probably can't find a country music song, artist, whatever that I don't like. I love country music. I'm a little bit pickier when it comes to like the hardcore kind of rock metal music scene. I'm very particular with that, to be quite honest. Indie music, I like a lot of like new people that are like doing their own thing. I don't know, I'm rambling at this point. But so that was my like get to know my music taste video. If you guys have similar interests to me, I would love to know. If you guys have any recommendations for me, I would love to know those. Please leave them in the comment section because I'm always looking for new things to listen to. That's why I love Spotify, because it always recommends me new stuff based on what I already listened to. And if not, I'll just pick like it always has a playlist that says like new music or whatever, and it's just a general new music playlist for every genre and not even specifically related to what you're already listening to, just like whatever has just been released. So yeah, I don't know. That's today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope it doesn't end up being too long, because I'm now realizing that I have to edit in all of the actual tracks that I spoke about, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. Yeah, well anyways, if you like this video, you can definitely give it a thumbs up. I do try my very hardest to post twice a week. It's usually on Tuesdays and Saturdays. I did not post this past Tuesday because, to be honest, I'm kind of running out of ideas. I'm like in like a period of time where I don't know what content to put out, which that's the truth. So yeah, I try to post twice a week. If it's not twice a week, it's always at least minimum once a week for sure. It might be on a Tuesday and it might be on a Saturday, but my goal is to upload on both days. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!